another special episode of Deaf and Dumb. I'm Dan.
I'm Dudley.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think you were gonna
I know.
introduce yourself.
I got lost in your eyes.
You were going for. I have never heard that. Well, I haven't heard that in years.
It's been many years.
Oh.
It's been many years since I felt a present like this.
I felt a tingly feeling. I've not felt this for a while. Let's pause.
No, I don't have time
you,
for that.
You've established pausing was allowed.
Oh, okay. I paused for dramatic effect, not for my feelings. So this is PAX 2018, PAX South 2018.
Day 2.
Day 2.
Saturday.
Part Roman numeral 2.
Fax.02.
PAX 8.
PAX 8 2018.2.
Point 2, sure. Yeah. We're going to try to get this episode up because the internet at the hotel stopped working. So we're using a mobile hotspot, so
yes.
It should be up.
Thank you
to
Brob.
This episode is brought to you by Brob.
Brob.
The other May.
The other May, who has never been on the show.
Yeah,
but
he's
you can
in
hear him
the
laughing
room.
now.
You can hear him laughing right now. He's hanging out with us.
Yeah. He's in the background.
Hey, you doing all right, Brob?
All right.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
He's doing good. He's here with us.
Yeah, he's been hanging out with us. We've been playing some games.
Yes.
We played. We went and picked up a few. We tried a few new ones.
Yes, we tried two new, one old, one remade.
Yeah.
How's that?
What?
Preview.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Preview for what we're about to talk about in a minute.
Well, we played a game called what's it called? World Champion Russian Roulette.
Yes.
It's like a card bluffing game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, where you have like 4 guys playing on your team.
Yeah, you have a team of 4 people.
Yeah, they're your lives. And you're playing a game. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? Russian roulette.
Yes. It's
a thing where you put a bullet in a gun. You spin it.
And you blow your brains out.
And then you point at your head and fire.
Yes.
Apparently it's a thing. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes, well, I am.
Have you seen The Deer Hunter?
I have seen The Deer Hunter, and I've even made a short...
Ow!
No. Ow.
Ow!
Ow. I've even made a short story and a short film involving Russian roulette. You were in it.
I was in it.
So we are well aware what Russian roulette is. But
Meow!
Ow.
Meow!
Stop it.
I'm deer hunting you.
No, you're
I'm assaulting you as well.
Ow.
Yeah, it was a cool little...
It's good.
It's pretty good.
It's fun. It doesn't take too long.
It's real quick and easy.
We played, 3 games of it?
Yeah, I think we played 3 games with it.
Yeah.
I think I won all of them.
I think you did.
I did. I'm on a roll this week.
Yeah.
Weekend. This weekend, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing real good.
I'm
doing real good, Dudley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but the whole thing is you have a set of cards, 7 cards, and you pocket a... there are 6 click cards and a bullet card in your hand, and you have 6 of them that you keep, and then you pocket one of them, which could be the bullet. You decide.
Yeah.
So you potentially could be cheating.
Yeah.
I used air quotes on that because it calls it cheating, but it is part of the rules of the game. So it's not really cheating. Yeah. But then.
Thematically, it's
thematically
cheating.
It is
in the
cheating.
theme of Russian roulette, taking the bullet out is cheating.
Yes. And then you also basically bid.
Yeah.
How many you use a dice to bid? How many
shots
triggers pulls you're gonna do?
Yeah.
And you're trying to see how far you can go with it without blowing your brains out.
Yeah, because there's a point system of how many.
The more you bid, the more points you get.
Yeah, and if you go that many trigger pulls
and
without shooting yourself, you get that many points plus 1.
Yeah. Well, then there's also action cards that you can use to change variables in a situation.
Like you can aim your gun at the air for a shot, or you
can
aim it
shoot
at
someone else,
or you can make someone else do another trigger pull. You can,
And then there's another mechanic of you kind of catch people who took their bullet out of the gun.
Yeah.
And
if you catch them, they get shot.
They get killed by the judges.
Yeah, and then you get rewarded for catching them. But if you you try to catch them and they
didn't hide the bullet
and they were
out.
innocent of cheating.
You add another bullet to your gun.
Yeah, so it becomes more dangerous for you. But So
it's pretty good.
there's it's a cool little kind of risk and reward thing because you want to take the bullet out because then you're not going to shoot yourself.
Yeah. Especially if you already have an extra
bullet.
bullet.
Well, yeah, and if you got extra bullets, you really want to do it too. But at the same time, if you take a bullet out, you run the risk of someone catching you and you get shot and they get rewarded. And it's a cool little. There's a nice little balancing act about it. I like it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
You, me, and Brob, all played it. It was a good game.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Russian
For something
roulette.
we just saw on the table.
Well, I saw it yesterday and I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. But I think you can play it with 2, 3. But I think the minimum was 3 actually. But and I was like, oh, I will wait for Robert to get here and then we'll play it. And we did, and it was a good choice.
It was fun.
It was a good choice.
It was a good choice. And then we played Mysterium.
Mysterium, which we've talked about on the show before.
Yeah, we talked about a few weeks ago. We played it for the first time with Gary.
Our buddy Gary.
We played it with Brob.
Yeah.
With 3 players. It works good with 3 players. A little different.
It changes a little bit because it takes out some elements.
It takes out some
mechanics.
A few mechanics, and you don't. And each player is playing 2 psychics or whatever,
or mediums.
So
So you have to deal with 2 of them. And you were the ghost.
I was the ghost.
And me and Brob were the mediums, trying to read the message you were sending. And you did okay.
I did really well.
You did okay.
I did really well.
We got to
if you had seen the cards
we got to the last round before we all made it to the field. So we made it.
Only because the last one I didn't have a right card. It was a frying pan, and no card has anything to do with a frying pan.
Yeah.
And so I had to just kind of wing it on the last 2.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
We were on round 5.
And I got it by process of elimination.
Yeah, and we were on round 5 and had all the other ones.
Yeah.
We had all the other cards except that one, so I think I did really well.
It worked out in your favor.
And I'm going to be honest, Brob was on target like the whole time. Like every time I throw, I'm going to throw this on here because of X, and then Brob would be like, I think it's this because of X, and I'm like, he gets it every time. You were off on some random tangent.
We've established, established.
You're terrible.
Nobody understands me, and I understand no one.
Yeah.
So we're lucky we even finished.
Yeah. So it's a cooperative game, so we all won.
We all won.
Yeah.
No one loses. Where's the fun in that?
I enjoyed it. It's about the journey, Dudley.
I guess. When you play cooperative games like that, where everyone's cooperating, it's about the journey. That's what everyone says about cooperative games. I liked it actually. I really enjoyed the game. But. I can see the replay of it. In fact, I really wanted to play it after we played the first time the next week. Yeah. But we didn't go back to Gary's for a while, and then when we did go back, we ended up playing other stuff.
Yeah. And I like to play with a bunch of characters, a bunch of players. Because
I can see it getting very difficult.
I saw a table next to us tonight playing with a bunch of people, and it looked interesting.
That's one thing I like about PAX. Is so you can just kind of, like, when we weren't doing anything, I just kind of look around, people watch, and see what people are playing.
Yeah, see what games look interesting on the table.
Yeah, what look good.
Yeah, I saw a game called, I think it's called like photosynthesis, and it's all these little trees.
It's a pretty box.
It looks the pretty box. I have no idea what the game is. I guess
neither idea.
Photosynthesize. But
science.
Yeah,
it's educational.
It had all these little trees and different types of trees and stuff. I don't know what. I just saw them playing, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And then I saw the box later. I'm like, that's what the hell that was.
There were several games I'd like to play that were available, but we don't really have the numbers for. And I really want to. They had the thing, the board game, and I really want to play it.
Maybe we can try to get in. We had a couple other friends, another group of friends that are here, so maybe I talked to them. I talked to them about getting up to play some bigger games, but then we saw them from a distance, and they were going the other way,
and we didn't feel like chasing.
We're
not chasers. We're cheap because we'll line up for anything. We've discovered that about ourselves.
PAX is for Q enthusiasts.
That's what it really is. Everyone there is really good at lining up.
They really enjoy
Everyone does. We were walking from one area to another, and we saw they had the PAX experience thing where you go scan it.
You scan your badge.
Yeah, and we saw one, and so we were with a whole group were just kind of walking on it, and they saw it too. And so no planning, no one standing there.
No enforcers to keep everyone.
They had nothing.
And
everyone lined up, nice, perfect,
nice and neat,
little cute,
politely, and
yeah.
It was hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
We just fall in line,
and it made me question my existence and wonder if we were all sheep.
You are.
Are we all sheep?
I was doing it because I thought it was ironic.
Yeah, well, that's just bullshit. That's just sheep with a bullshit reason.
I'm a hipster sheep.
You're a hipster sheep with your top hat and something. Okay, now we have to talk about a game that did.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, we're going to talk about it because we're going to
we
put
generally don't
a strong...
talk about things we don't like.
Well, that's because we can't afford to play things we don't like.
Generally, we generally don't play things that we don't necessarily like, or if we do like, we don't spend much time on it.
Yeah.
We don't like it. We don't.
I
completely contradict what I meant.
But anyway,
if we don't like it, we don't spend a lot of time with it.
Well, we saw it yesterday, and we liked the box art.
We mentioned on yesterday's episode.
Yes, we mentioned it, and we were like, oh, this looks good.
It sounds interesting. And we sat down to play it.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible.
The game is Cultist of Cthulhu.
Yes.
The box art is nice.
The box art
in the game looks good.
It's nice. It's not bad.
Could be a good game. We really don't know.
I think I know. It's not a good game.
Well, the problem is you read the instructions.
I went through the instruction, and I went through a bunch of parts of it like multiple times, and it was still confusing as hell.
Well, it was really vague in areas that we needed questions on. And,
it didn't have pictures of all the game pieces.
We like pictures.
Well, because we were looking at pieces going, is this like the first player marker?
It talks about the first player marker.
It
doesn't no idea what it looked
give you
like.
Anything what it looks like or anything. And we just found this one thing. There was only one of them, so we assumed it was it. It didn't explain, as far as I could tell, how to read the cards to tell how to do ability checks against them. Like, there was a lot of weird little vague things that made us really confused on how to play the game.
Yeah, in fact, we got to a point where, because the whole thing is like there's a cultist, hidden role cultist. And,
it's basically a poor man's betrayal on the hill.
Betrayal on the house on the hill.
Betrayal at the house on the hill.
Yeah.
I always want to say Betrayal at the Haunted House on Hill on Haunted House.
Which is a better title.
Betrayal at House on Haunted Hill is what I always want to say.
Yeah.
Good. But anyway, it's basically a poor man's version of that. But because it has a lot of similar... Yeah, just play it. But because it has a tile laying thing, but you don't build the board as you play like you do in Betrayal. You just throw it down, which... We thought we had it fine, then we realized we were playing. We had done a terrible job at it because
there's parts you're supposed to line up the doors where they all line up, but then we realized while we were playing there's doors here that don't go anywhere.
And the tiles are only half the size of the Betrayal tiles, so they're kind of hard to see. And I kept noticing more doors I never noticed that were against walls because we did a poor job of doing it. And then it's just the rules are not very well written. There were so many of
just go to this page to read about this. And then you get to that page.
You're reading through this one section. It's see, ability check, further down. But then you go to ability check, and it mentions that other thing that you read about. So it gets really confusing where you're going see this, and then when you go over there, it says see this for something we mentioned earlier. But I hated it.
Yeah, we got to a point where we were just we're not even sure if we're playing this right. And once
we end up...
It turned out Robert was the cultist.
Yeah, there was three of us. One of us was
he wasn't even sure, because we thought, when the cultist reveals, they'll give us more information.
It'll make more sense. No, he did. And
he revealed, and we still didn't know.
It seemed like there should be monsters on the board, but we didn't know when they came in or how they
where
started.
Where
they started. Nothing. We were so confused by it. It was not well laid out. And it felt like we were even questioning if we were missing a page.
Yeah. I was like, there's got to be a page missing.
A second rule book or a cheat sheet or something that was missing.
Yeah.
Because it was confusing as fuck.
Yeah.
And
the box was pretty terrible, too.
The box is huge. It looks like a big box game.
Yeah, but it's not. It could fit in half the size of the box.
A Galaxy Trucker, the regular version box size. Yeah. That's kind of the size. which is full. But this game has more empty space than it uses, and it's like it's really they could use a normal square box.
They had foam fitted for like all the cards, which doesn't really work because the cards are kind of slick, so you can't really pull them all out.
Yeah. And there's like 7 decks of cards.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of sets of cards that you have to separate all out once you do it. And then also they had foam fitting for like the sheets.
Yeah,
which is weird. Not foam fitting, but
form fitting.
Form fitting, and for the sheets, which is a weird thing to do. But then the rest of it's just thrown in a hole in the box. I was like,
it was really, really bizarre.
Don't recommend it.
Yeah, not great. We don't really say that a lot on this show.
That's because we pick quality.
Yeah.
But you picked a bad game.
So if you happen to be somewhere and you see a copy of a game called Cultists of Cthulhu, I recommend you look at the art and say, oh, that's not bad art. Yeah. Put it down and go buy Betrayal.
Yeah, pretty much. It kind of made me realize something about the PAX board game section.
Yeah.
The way to tell if there's a good game is how many of them there are.
Yeah.
If there's a stack of them and they're not new, then it's probably a good game because enough people play it that they make sure to have a lot of copies of it. Now, if it's a new game, there may be a bunch of them there, and then you'll but it usually like the next year they won't be there anymore.
Or I think there was like 3 copies of that one
of the Cthulhu.
Yeah, at least 2.
Okay,
there were at least 2.
I didn't realize. I only saw the one.
When we checked out, there was at least 2. And one of them was gone, so someone else was suffering. No, I saw them over there. I saw them at another table. There was one person sitting there by himself, reading through the rule, probably scratching their head as much as we were. Yeah, and then they was like trying to play the 2-player version of it, and I don't think they were there very long.
Yeah, so I would have given up too.
Yeah.
Not good. Don't recommend.
No, terrible.
And then we played a remake of a game we played before and talked about.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, we played
You were
Rick
talking
and
about
Morty.
a remake, and I didn't know what you were talking about. Well, it's not really a remake. It's a
rebranding.
A reskin.
Reskin, yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty Munchkin.
Munchkin Morty. Rick and Munchkin.
Yeah. I think it's just called
Rick and Morty Munchkin.
Munchkin, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, whatever.
One or the other.
And
we played it because we like Rick and Morty.
Exactly.
That's really it. We knew what we were getting into.
Yeah.
It's a Munchkin game.
Exactly.
And it solves the same problems as all the Munchkin games.
Yeah, we've talked about it on the show before.
And we've talked about it a number of times. So, if you're, other than just for the jokes and the references to Rick and Morty, not really reason to play it.
I mean, if you really like Munchkin and you like Rick and Morty, okay.
Yeah, go for it. But it suffers the same problem. Even though it didn't work out that way this time.
This time worked out really weird, mostly because the game kept fucking me.
It just kept screwing you and
I
Rob.
I think I did like 2 fights the whole game.
Yeah. I did a ton of them, and I had a ton of gear, and at the end, I could fight just about anything by myself without y'all even trying to hurt me. It didn't work.
I had 3 traps in a row. And then and then I was just drawing like classes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I lost 2 of my items to a trap.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I didn't even have the points behind me anymore. And suddenly I was just like, I started catching up a little bit, but it was just...
it's too little too late.
The game did really rough.
I mean, because at the end, and then I got a monster that basically forces you to get someone to help you. Yeah. And then they couldn't refuse, so it just like stacked even more points on top of my... I had like 28 points, 29 points to...
You made Robert help you. And
to 42.
40 points. And
to fight a 14 level. Yeah. And then there was like there's literally nothing y'all could do to stop me. Yeah. And then so I won, which is I haven't won a Munchkin game in a while, but it's been a while since I played one.
The one thing they add with that version that I liked and I thought was interesting is on theme is they added a type of monster called parasites.
Parasites, yeah.
And what it is when you draw a parasite, you roll a dice, and if it's a 3 or lower. So it's a 50-50, basically.
You go through the discard.
You go through the discard, and you grab the first parasite from the top.
Yeah.
And you add it to it. And then you roll again.
The level stacks.
Yeah,
and you just add the level
difficulty.
To it. Yeah.
So the monster becomes stronger.
And you keep doing it until you roll something higher than a 3.
Roll a 4 or higher.
Yeah.
And
didn't come into play very much.
It didn't. It only popped up once.
We popped up several times, but we kept rolling high, so it was fine.
Yeah, that dice was weird. It seemed to land flat really hard and not like roll much. Yeah. At least on the table we were at.
Yeah. And you were on metal tables, so it's a little different.
A little weird.
Yeah.
But otherwise it's fine. I mean, it has the same flaws every Munchkin game has, but it's fun. If
you like the references, it can be entertaining.
Which is the only reason you play a Munchkin.
Yeah, I mean that's why we played it.
Yeah,
because it was Rick and Morty. We like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, we did. We saw the Acquisitions Incorporated live D&D game.
Yes, with
the A team.
Yes,
the A team one.
Yeah, which has Patrick Rothfuss. Patty Rothfussy?
No, we're not calling him that.
Yes, we are.
Has Pat Rothfuss
our buddy Patty?
We talked about him yesterday. We talked about him as often as we can.
Yes, and we talk about him every time we come back because we just kind of go nuts.
It's got Jerry Holkin and Mike Rahulik
of the Penny Arcade fame.
Penny Arcade.
Who put this whole thing together.
Who this is their show.
Yeah.
And then for this show, their extra fourth player was Kate Welsh.
Yeah.
Who's just lovely. And she plays a monk. Which is
which
awesome.
Is good.
I love monk.
Also an elderly woman monk.
Yeah, an elderly woman
good.
Monk, which is awesome. Yeah. Her character's great. She's awesome. They're all great. They're all hilarious.
Oh, it's great. It's
Chris
funny.
Perkins
It's absurd.
Yeah.
It's just a ridiculous show. Oh, I mean,
yeah.
It takes Deus Ex Machina to the limit, just about in this episode or in this game.
Yeah,
and you can watch on Switch.
Yeah, you can
Twitch
go on Twitch and watch it. Usually they end up putting it on YouTube. But Chris Perkins from Wizard of the Coast was DMing as always, and they've such a lot of it's a lot of fun. If you've never listened to the Penny Arcade's,
and if you're a D&D fan,
and if you've never listened to the show or you've never watched any of it, there's a ton of it now.
Yeah,
but it started off as a podcast. You can go back and listen to the podcast, and then they have tons of episodes from all the packs that they do now. I
listened to the podcast up until they started doing the episodes live where there's video, and I stopped watching because I never watched.
Yeah,
I would always just listen.
It started off with the podcast, and they did a couple of series of it, and then it went to the live shows, and then so you can watch all those on YouTube, and then they went to a sorry about that. They went to a
video,
they did an episode series on their website, and then now they have the C Team, which is Jerry Holkins runs as a second franchise, which is I've watched the beginning of it, but they were doing like every week. Like 2 or 3 hours.
Episodes,
they were live streaming, and I was
3 hours.
And I was like, I couldn't keep up with it. I didn't have time.
Yeah, it's a lot to get through.
It's awesome, but it's a lot of fun. And if I had time, I would watch it all the time. But,
the C Team is tomorrow. So
they're doing tomorrow. I don't know if I watch it because I haven't kept up with the story. So. Yeah, and I've been following the Acquisition.
I mean, really, I haven't kept up with the Acquisition. I really go to watch the live show. Yeah, mostly for for them, and
watching the interactions.
The story is they'll recap it and it's funny and I enjoy it, but it's mostly just to see the jokes and not so much the D&D. It's more the interaction between the players.
And they're all really funny people.
Oh yeah, and Patrick Rothfuss is hilarious.
They're all hilarious.
His interaction with her name Kate.
Yeah,
his interaction with her is really funny.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to spoil it. So go watch it.
It's great.
You'll get a good laugh.
Yeah.
And then there's a twist at the end, I guess you're saying.
Sure. There's always kind of a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. I mean, they got to set up for PAX East or whatever the next one is. So you got to headline that. Or whatever.
Yeah, get us excited about the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something interesting happened?
Yes, something did.
Oh, so I mentioned one thing I like to do.
Yeah.
Is while we're just either sitting and in the tabletop area, and they're like in the evening after the floor is closed.
Yeah.
It's most of the activity goes to the tabletop, and it's just I don't know.
It's a sea of people, hundreds of people.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if pushing 1,000 people in that room. It's just a ton of people all at tables playing board games. So it's just kind of fun to just walk around and see what people are, look at their games, see what's being played. Yeah. We see Secret Hitler a lot. Yeah. I saw some Mysterium.
Tons of Splenda.
Splendora?
Splendora.
Not Splenda. I'm sure there's tons of
artificial sweetener.
I'm sure it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
But that's not what you're talking about.
It doesn't taste that good.
That's not what you're talking about. Splendora, and Splendora is a great game. Splendor. You're right. I've just played Splendor.
Hello, everyone. It's past midnight in San Antonio.
We are tired.
I'm so tired. And I can't talk anymore.
Splendor.
Which is a wonderful game.
The gym game.
Yeah.
Whatever. I have it.
It's a game.
Love it.
You played on a table.
I did
with
the
cards.
Tournament a couple years ago and didn't win, but whatever. But yeah, it was played everywhere. Secret Hitler's everywhere.
Yeah.
I saw Mysterium a few times.
Yeah.
I saw the new Catan with the Game of Thrones. I saw several people playing it.
Watchers on the Wall.
Yeah. Which I want to try.
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to play Catan.
Yeah, I know. But I'd like to try it at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we'll get a chance this weekend. Just all kinds of stuff.
You going somewhere with this, or you just rambling?
I am going somewhere. When I was looking amongst the people,
I was gazing over
the sheep, the Q enthusiast among them all, and the CEO. And I looked over. I go, I know that guy.
That's a familiar face.
That's Paul.
That's not what you said.
That's not what I said. I'm repurposing. I'm making it seem like I knew the guy's name.
Yeah.
I did not remember his name.
No, you said we were sitting there playing the terrible game.
A terrible game, yeah.
No.
We'd already moved on.
We'd moved on to Rick and Morty. Munchkin, and you said, "That's the guy. Is that the guy from Shut Up and Sit Down?"
I think that I said that.
I turned and looked.
That's the guy from.
Oh yeah, that's Paul.
Yeah. Paul Dean.
Paul Dean is
of Shut Up and Sit Down fame.
Yeah. And so we stared at him for a while.
I looked at him for first. I was like, I know that's him. And then I asked you to confirm.
Yeah.
And then
and I gave you his name.
And I was like, and you didn't give it right away. You were like,
oh yeah, that's him.
That's him. Paul.
Yeah.
I was like, that's right.
Yeah.
It is Paul. See, I knew his name. I knew it was Paul.
You just needed to be
I just wanted you to confer. I want to make sure you knew it was Paul.
That's some bullshit.
So then we spent an hour debating whether we go talk to him.
That's not what happened. We finished the game.
We finished the game.
I had fully intended to go talk to him from the beginning. And then I went and returned the game, came back, and said we're going to go talk to him. Yes. And you're like, should we? I don't,
Well, I don't know.
Why not? Let's go.
Brob had a wonderful suggestion. He's like, just go up to him and say, "You have a podcast. We have a podcast," and then just sit down. And it wouldn't be awkward because we're both podcasters.
Well, as podcasters, we would immediately click.
Yes.
We would gel. We would just.
Which is not that's not 100% untrue.
I mean, maybe, I guess.
I don't know.
But we went and talked to him.
We walked up to him and talked to him.
Yeah, super friendly guy.
Really nice.
He talks exactly like he does on his show.
He's exactly what you expect.
He's exactly what you expect.
He's really friendly.
Very friendly. I enjoyed it quite a lot. It was cool to talk to him. And maybe we'll run into him again tomorrow.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll keep an eye out for him.
But yeah, it was really cool to meet him.
Yeah, talk to him. Yeah. We talked to him for
I love that. I don't know how many times I've been playing a game and I'm like, either I'm not sure about it or checking out a game and I'll go watch their stuff to kind of see their breakdown because I like their opinion.
They
do a great breakdown. They do a really good kind of rules overview. And there have been times where we were uncertain of a rule and the rule books was failing us and we've gone and watched their stuff to see how it's played. Yeah. And they're awesome. They do a podcast. They also do
they have the
reviews
YouTube show.
Yeah,
I think it's on YouTube.
It's on their website. Shut Up and Sit Down.
Shut Up and Sit Down. Go check it out. If you're listening to our show, you've probably heard of it.
Yeah, probably. It's one ampersand podcast to another.
Yes.
And we gotta watch out for each other.
Yeah.
But it was awesome to meet him. Being a fan for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, seeing their show made us go, well, maybe we don't need to do one.
Yeah, we almost didn't do the show.
Put off doing a show for a couple of years after they showed up. Because we were like, well, they're kind of doing what we wanted to do, and we had to kind of think about what we were going to do. And
but then we were like,
they just went, and they were like,
we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, well, you know what, we'll do it ourselves.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's very nice. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. Paul Dean.
Yeah, Paul Dean.
I forgot the other guy's name on that show.
Well, you're a terrible person.
There's two other guys on that show. There's like three of them.
They have buddies.
But there's mainly two.
Yeah.
You know, two-person podcast, two-person podcast.
Yeah, you know.
Great. I think there's three on the podcast.
There's more. I don't know.
I haven't listened to it in like 2 years because we do our own show. I haven't had time. I'm sorry.
I'm not supposed to say that. What if he listens to the episode?
He's not going to listen. He's not going to listen.
We gave him a card. He's
not going to listen.
Well,
Paul, if you listen,
we got one more day. Maybe we'll see him. We'll hang out. Maybe we'll get a game in.
We can dream.
Yeah,
we can dream.
Well, I'm gonna call us quits so I can go to bed.
We gonna talk about what we're gonna do tomorrow?
No, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay. All right. We're gonna see Patty Rothfuss again.
Yeah, we're gonna go get an autograph and play some more games.
Probably play some more games.
Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll see. Y'all hear that?
Or Monday.
Monday.
We're not gonna do one tomorrow. You'll get it on Monday.
Yeah.
Like the normal episode, our 100th episode.
It will be our official 100th episode.
Yes, not the special bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for listening. Go to our website, do all that shit. Subscribe to us, rate us. I want to go to bed.
This show degraded really quickly.
Really quickly when we're on the fly.
When we're sleepy.
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.
Bonus episode.
Day 2.